Olivia Kelly come in for Clover Kid Sheep. I need Leah Boyson on deck for Commercial White Breed Influence. Today we got our Queen Royalty with us. Rihanna Obrick was Queen. Justine Buman, first runner-up, and Nicole Hansen, second runner-up. Congratulations to those girls.
Here, Harlan. Yeah. Kind of right outside.
This young lady's had a big day. She's back again, this time with her sheep, and she thinks they're even better than the alpaca as well. But she's having a great day out here. Give her a really big hand for bringing in all her projects today.
We need Colton Christensen, Leah Boyson, Carly Christensen, and Trevor Schultz on deck with Commercial U Lamb.
One entry here in our WBI Commercial U class, and I think that she's pretty good when we get off to the side. She's got some quality and some look, and she's got some stoutness and some power. Let's go ahead and give this young lady a nice big round of applause. We do have a lot of quality here in the commercial use show. I think you've got a pair of really different ones to go first and second in this class, and I know there'll be some people, personal preference, that would probably flip-flop these. The one that I like to start to me is just a good quality one from the side. She's taller front end, she's more extended. She's kind of the lady that I happen to appreciate that about her. I think she's got enough stoutness and power. She's perhaps not as bold in her rib shape. Maybe is the one that goes second, maybe not quite as big right out of her hip and lower leg. But I think she probably has a shot more future as far as being extended and kind of the cooler looking one. If you're looking for the stouter, more powerful one, then obviously you probably tie more into the one in second. She's bolder in her rib shape, she's bigger and square out of her hip. But with that, she's also just a little quicker in her maturity pattern. Maybe she's just a shot full today, and that kind of takes away from her look if she wants to get just a little bit deeper in her body. But I think a really high quality one still to sit in second. The lamb that comes third is one that's really big and extended in terms of her kind. She's pretty level down on top, maybe just not quite the same quality in her neck and in her shoulder as what we've seen kind of in some of the top ones. As we round out the class, the ladies' limb has a lot of shape and a lot of power, a lot of dimension. Maybe just need to make her a little bit better looking to move her up any higher. But let's go ahead and give all four of those exhibitors a nice big round of applause.
We need Leah Boyson, Trevor Schultz, and Colton Christensen in the ring for champion and champion reserve. So we need Briley Kinkle and Briley Kinkle on deck for Market Lamb.
as we bring our commercial use back out here again. Maybe not a lot for numbers, but definitely we have a lot for quality. I think all three of these that are out here for Champion Drive are very deserving to be out here. I think we really, as I said, do have a lot of quality. For me, there's maybe two that kind of fit the mold maybe just a little bit better. So I'll go ahead and shake the hand of your champion and follow suit with your reserve. But let's give all three of these individuals one more big round of applause for coming back out.
Trevor Schultz was champion and Colton Christensen was reserve champion.
Trevor's champion commercial U will go on to Denison to represent Shelby County in the Best of the West.
So we need Kayla Lunn, Carly Christensen, Colton Christensen, and Tyler Lunn on deck with your Market Lamb individual blackface.
In our lightweight class here with 2 entries, I'm going to use the young lady kind of a little further from me to go ahead and start her sheep handles with just a little bit more shake down his back, maybe just a shot bigger and square out of his hip. The one that comes second, maybe just a little bit better out of his rear leg, maybe has a little bit more lower leg shape, but again, not quite the rack shape when we get our hands on this one. Let's go ahead and give both these individuals a nice big round of applause, and we'll see them again for Champion Drive.
We have a buffalo. This is what's happening.
We need Trevor Schultz, Kayla Lund, and Leah Boyson on deck.
There, Dale.
As we get into our middleweight market lambs, I think for me it's kind of an easy decision which one I like to win this class. I think the sheep, when you get your hands on him, he's just the stoutest, the most powerful, he's the boldest ribbed, and just simply has the most sheer muscle mass in a good kind of show appealing package. The blue sheep that comes in second is one that's a little more extended in his kind. He's really long-bodied and long neck. One that we just like to make a little bit bolder in his rib shape and stout him up from behind to move him up any higher in this class. The young lady's ewe lamb that comes in next is again one that's really big and extended. One that we just need to power up and maybe change her a little bit on her rear leg to move her up higher. The young lady that rounds out the class is a sheep that really has a lot of muscle and shape and power. We just like to make him in a little taller package and maybe just get a little condition off him as well today. But a good class, and let's go ahead and give all those exhibitors a nice big round of applause. a nice class as we continue on here in our middleweights, and I think this one wins it just from the side as far as his look and his quality and his balance goes, and I think he's got plenty of muscle shape when you get him on the handle as well. The sheep that comes out next is one that's big and extended in its kind, a sheep that actually has some product when you get your hands on this one, maybe just a little bit too long-bodied and wants to come apart, and his top line just a little bit more, not quite the balance and look that we've got from the side, but a good productive sheep to go ahead and sit second. The young lady's whether that rounds out the class is one that's really big-topped and bold in his rib cage, certainly a productive appearing kind of sheep, one that maybe we just need to trim up his condition a little bit in this particular class. But let's go ahead and give all three of those exhibitors a nice big round of applause.
We need Colton Christensen, Tyler Lunn, Trevor Schultz, and Leah Boyson for overall.
As we bring our middleweights back out here for the middleweight champion drive, I think the sheep out of the first class is one that's really stout and powerful, has a lot of shape and power down his back, might actually be just a shot older ribbed, maybe have a little bit more lower leg shape than the one that comes out of the second class. The one out of the second class is the taller front end, kind of more athletic appearing sheep, maybe just a little bit more correct on his rear leg set. Maybe not quite the lower leg shape that we see out of the one of the first class, but for me it's kind of an easy decision. I'll go shake the hand of your champion and then follow suit with your reserve. Let's give these guys one more round of applause.
We need Trevor Schultz and Tyler Lunn with your heavyweight lambs.
Intermediate weight goes to Trevor Schultz, reserve Colton Christensen.
the one we used to start the heavyweights. I think the sheep has some look from the side, and he's probably the stoutest, heaviest muscle, just truly most powerful sheep that we've seen probably all day today. The one that comes in second, a sheep that's really wide-based, a sheep that's got some rib shape and is really productive in his look. Maybe just not quite the show sheep look off to the side is why he sits second today. But let's go ahead and give both these guys a nice round of applause.
While we're waiting to get champion drive lined up, we're going to go ahead and do the Rate of Gain Awards. Tyler Lund with champion with .8, Carly Christensen Reserve, Taylor Lund, Leah Bolson, and Trevor Schultz round out the top 5. Come get your ribbons. To get lined up, we'll need Trevor Schultz, Tyler Lund, Trevor Schultz, Colt Christensen, Leah. Oh, Briley Kinkle. Before we get champion drive in here, we'll go ahead and announce the Bud Christensen Memorial Award. This year it goes to Carly Christensen, presented by her grandpa, Buzz Christensen. Bud is Buzz's father. Congratulations. Go ahead and bring in champion drive. Just remember, if you had champion or reserve or got a card and need your picture taken, get that done right after the show. She's ready for you already. Once again, before Ashley picks champion, I want to give her a round of applause and thank her for coming to judge our show here today.
Well, I've enjoyed my time here this morning working through the goats and our alpaca and now the sheep. And it's really encouraging looking around your guys' fairgrounds here. There's a lot of people here today. And I think you guys should be very proud of that fact, because it's not very often you go to a little county fair, and I don't even think this is really that little in the grand scheme of things, but it's not very often you go to a county fair anymore and you see this many people wandering around the fairgrounds at this time of the day. So I think you guys deserve big props for that, and be proud to be from here today, just because you've got something going on that I think a lot of other counties in Iowa would be pretty jealous of at this point in time. We didn't have a lot for numbers today, but we've seen some really good quality, so I think you guys should be proud of that fact as well. And even if you didn't stand very high in your class today, keep working hard and keep building, because you guys are the future of agriculture, and just keep learning as you go through this and just get more experience as you go. As we round out kind of our market land show here, I think we've got 3 good class winners, or division winners, I guess, as we pull them back out. The sheep out of the lightweight class is one that's got a lot of shape and dimension down his top, that it certainly has some muscle and some product. I think it's, as he continues to grow and mature, it should be a really nice project for the young lady. Maybe just not quite the look and quality as we see probably out of our other 2 class winners, but a really good project for her. The sheep out of the middleweight is one that probably has the most future long-term. I really like the sheep's look. I think he's probably the more athletic one of the 2 that remain here to talk about. Probably just not quite there yet today in terms of his muscle mass, and maybe could use just a shot more cover to really bloom up and reach his full potential. The one that comes out of the heavyweight division is one that has the most shape and the most power and the most dimension to him. Maybe starting to get just a little bit plainer in his chest as he starts to grow and mature, but I think one that certainly still balances from the side and has plenty of power to go along with that. So with that, I'll go ahead and shake the hand of your champion and then follow with your reserve. Let's give all the young people that have competed today one more big round of applause for their efforts.
Champion Market Lamb goes to Trevor Schultz. Reserve champion goes to Trevor Schultz. We'll go ahead and start senior showman right after this. We'll need intermediate showmen on deck if they're going to participate.
promoters out here for our senior showmen. I think both of these guys do a really nice job. Kind of like I did with the goat showmanship. I talked to them about some things they do well, maybe a couple things that they could improve on along the way. The young man closest to me is going to be your champion. The one right behind him will be your reserve. But both these guys deserve a really big round of applause.
Champion senior was Colton Christensen. Reserve was Tyler Lund. We'll have intermediates come in now.
Oh yeah? We got more cats now?
Yes.
Junior showman, you're on deck.
Isn't that all dad? Like dad? I know. Dad was like, I'm quite sure. It's not my fault. They are. This morning they were calling everywhere I went. Yeah, usually
I got one truck, I got two trucks.
They're all pink.
Roll, run it.
I just went out here for our intermediate showman. I think she just scared away all the rest of her competition. So you guys need to get out here next year so she has somebody to beat, okay? She's doing a great job. Again, I gave her some things she could continue to work on, some things that she's doing well. Let's give her a big round of applause.
Alright, champion intermediate show was Kayla Lund. Now we got junior showman. On deck will be champion overall showman.
I did. They didn't even stall it. Not one time.
But you have in the past.
Yesterday I saw that 4 times getting from the fairgrounds to Barney's. You don't look over enough to drive. Like 2 days ago.
Good for you.
Now
This is whose friend? Oh. I'll tell you one thing. You have good news. Is there anything going on in here? Let's go and see how things are done with it. We walked by, I thought maybe before the apple pie thing, but nothing there. But I bet it didn't last. But goat milk would be, let's walk down that way.
Our last class of showmen that we've got out here, this young lady's doing a great job. Again, I talked to her about some things she's doing well, some things she can improve on. She did a good job answering your question. I asked if she wanted to be first or if she wanted to be last, and she said definitely first. So she's got that going for her. We'll bring her back out for our champion overall. Let's give her a really big round of applause.
So Leah Boyson is your champion junior. We'll go ahead and select champion overall.
How are you, Dick? How are you? Pretty good. That Mustang guy will, and you get excited once in a while.
Yeah, that's what I called it. It happened yesterday too, like they won't go into trip right now. It took a while to get it. I think it's always been that way.
Don't get one of the years when you first start off, they'll go off. How to hit the sweet spot.
Yeah, we got it. So where are
See, if it's a road over here, we got like the second gear flying down the road. Oh, she did all right.
they put me in, so we didn't know. Your son, Todd. And said, do you want to get the new wear? I'm not, I'm going with
You figured it out though after a while.
Let's just say there were a lot of stalls. Yeah.
That was good though. You went into the eye.
I didn't do any of the,
She had a little of that.
I didn't do that today.
As we wrap up our sheep show here, this will be my last time on the mic. But before I go, just make sure you guys give a hand to the people running the show today and for your fair queens and everybody up here. They've done a great job. You guys have been an awesome crowd. I've judged quite a few shows this summer, and it's not always that you get a big crowd around the ring, and it's not always you get a lot of crowd participation. So I think you guys deserve a hand for jumping in and giving all these kids the round of applause that they deserve for their projects they've been working with all year. So I talked to these kids all individually about things they've done well, some things they can improve on. I think this is a competitive group, and I think the future looks bright for your sheep project here. I'll go shake the hand of your champion and then follow with your reserve. One last time, give them a round of applause.
Champion overall showman goes to Colton Christensen, reserve Tyler Lund. Once again, I want to thank Ashley Levy for taking the time out to come judge our show today. And thank you for attending and participants. Have a good day.
They were earlier. I bet they were.